Okay, question 6. Two different straight lines have the equations y equals 4x plus 3 and 2y minus 8x equals 10. Are these lines parallel? You must explain your answer. So here we've got two lines, and remember they are lines because there's no squares, cubes or anything, right? They're straight lines. That they recognise as like y equals mx plus c. This doesn't really look like y equals mx plus c, but it's just an arrangement, okay? It's just a different arrangement, and we can change it to get it looking like y equals mx plus c. Alright, this line though, if we look at this, straight away, can't we? We can see here what the gradient is, right? The gradient is 4, isn't it? Yeah, the number in front of the x. Gradient is 4. That's explaining the slope of it. Cuts the y-axis at 3, okay? That's the y-intercept. This value is not so important. That doesn't matter so much. This value is the main thing because we're talking about the gradient. We're talking about the slope. And when it says that the line's parallel, we want to see what sort of direction they're going in, okay? So the gradient of this is 4. That's telling us how steep it is. Let's look at this line here. Now let's rearrange it. Let's get it in y equals mx plus c. So maybe what I'll do is that minus 8x, I'll take it over to the other side, okay? And if I take it over to the other side, I will get plus 8x, won't I? And then there's a 10 there, so that's plus 10. And then, well, I've got a 2 in front of this y, so let's get rid of that 2. Let's take it over, and because there's a times in there, when I take it over, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide all of that by 2. So I'm going to divide each term, right? Okay, so you might write it like that to start with maybe, but I need to divide, I can actually divide each term here, can't I? 8x divided by 2 is 4x, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Notice they got the same gradient, okay? Same gradient. So if they got the same gradient, right, then they're parallel. They're parallel because they've got the same slope. They're just as steep as each other, so they go in the same direction. They're different lines, okay? You know, this intercepts the y-axis at 5, this intercepts the y-axis at 3. So this one is slightly higher up than that one, but they've got the same gradients. They go in same steepness, all right? And you know, it looks something like this when you've got two lines, okay? So one intercepts at 3, the other intercepts at 5, but the same direction. Okay, part B then, find the coordinates of the midpoint of the straight line joining these points here. So again, as I said before, focus on the x's to start with. I mean, we could write it out like this if we wanted to. Minus 3 for the x values here now. We want to get to 5, okay? So let's work out what that gap is between those x values of that coordinate, all right? Think about it on a number line, all right? So you've got your minus 3 here, as I said, for the x coordinate there, and the 5 there. So what's that gap there on the number line? Going from minus 3 to 5 will be a gap of 8, won't it, if you think about it, because you probably got 0 here somewhere, right? So minus 3 to 0 is 3, 0 to 5 is 5, so it's 8 in total. So this 8 in total, midway is going to be 4, right? So you're dividing that gap into 2. So you're going to have 4, so we need to go back 4 here, take away 4, and you end up at 1, okay? So the x value will be 1. If you do the same to the y, okay, so you've got minus 6 here, and you've got 6 then in the other coordinate, all right? So this one is slightly easier, isn't it? There's some symmetry involved here because you've got minus 6 taking you to 0, and of course then 0 taking you to 6. Those gaps are the same, aren't they? So 0 is in the middle, so y value then is 0. And don't forget to write your midpoint then like that in a coordinate with brackets around them.